Welcome back to Real Time Chat series. And if you want to have listed a great project in your resume, this is the great project. So, in this episode, we are actually now diving into the broadcast system of the Laravel. So, with that, I'm your host Sarthak, and this is a channel where I talk about Laravel and the cool thing about Laravel. So, if you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So let's first open the Laravel documentation, and here I will search for broadcast, and here firstly what we have to do, we have to firstly go and have CSRF token, which we have already. And next, so we have to require this pusher via composer. So let's go here and break this. Okay, so it will download or update the pusher PHP server, and next thing we have to give this in our broadcast service provider. So let's go here to the broadcast service provider, which will you get on app providers, and we have to uncomment that. So I will go to config app, and here you can see in the providers this broadcast service providers commented. So just uncomment this and it's done. Simple, very simple. Okay, so we have uncommented that, and obviously we have to give some kind of here broadcasting. So you can see we have to provide the options, which is like here. So let's give that here, and obviously we have to configure it according to our information we will get from the pusher. In the next episode we will do that. Okay, so let's first do this, and in the next episode we will cover what is actual the cluster for our app. Okay, so that is done. So next, let's go to concept overview, application. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so now we have to create the events. So whenever we are broadcasting any message, we have to broadcast the message via event. So let's create that event. So I will go to app, and let's open providers and event service provider. Here we have the event and the listener both. Okay, so firstly give this event as chat event and chat event listener. Okay, or simply chat listener. Okay, so we have configured this. Now we have to run the command to create the events. So I have to say php artisan make event. Okay, hit enter. That should be event generate. Okay, if I use make event, that will create event, but we have created the event on the event service provider. We just have to generate that event. So hit enter, and event and listeners are generated. So now you can see we have this event folder called chat event.php and listeners. So chat listener we have. So we have both here. And now next what we have to do, we have to actually do one thing which is listed here. We have to implement broadcast. So I will go here. Yeah, so you can see it says implements should broadcast. So chat event implement should broadcast. Okay, and this event will get a public key, and that public is message. Okay, and obviously we have to provide the user also. So public $user, and in the constructor let's get everything. So I will say message, and the user is a user instance. So let's just return $this arrow message is equal to message, and same thing for the user. So user is user. Okay, so this is done, and whenever we are providing the broadcast system, we have to provide the channel name. So let's give the channel name as chat. Okay, so we have configured our broadcast system here. Next, let's create a chat controller for our system. So I will go and I will type php artisan make controller, that should be controller, and chat controller. Okay, so controller is created. So if I go to app http controllers, and yeah, we have this chat controller. So let's just create a function called chat, and here we will return whatever we are returning here. This is returning view, so that's here. And now instead of this closer, I will provide actually the chat controller at chat. Okay, so this is good. Reload. Yeah, everything is working fine. So here what we can do, whenever we are having any send message, so I will say send function. Whenever we hit this send function via Ajax, then we have to call that event. So that should be like event and the new chat event, and in this I have to give the message and the user. So obviously we will get this message via Ajax Axios view part, but we have to find the user. So I will say user is equal to user colon colon find with auth ID. Okay, so the user which is currently logged in will get everything inside here, and we will now pass the information of the user. Okay, so we have to import this at the top, so I will use PHP companion. So find use, and similarly we have to find use of auth also. Okay, and obviously these things work when we are passing via Ajax post method. Okay, so that should be request dollar request. Okay, so these things are here, and that should be, I think, request arrow message. Okay, so this is actually set. Let's call php artisan make auth command to authorize any user, because these event or the broadcast will only work when the user is authorized. Okay, so let's go, and I will say php artisan make auth, and yeah, we have created the auth system. So I will go to here and let's log in. So because we have used different bootstrap, that's why it's not having correct format. So let's log in here, and it says oops, database connection is not defined. So .env database is test, root secret is nothing. Okay, password no. Let's restart the server. So server is restarted. Reload, and it says token mismatch. Yeah, I know. Go back, login, and yeah, we are logged in. So actually what I want to give this chat controller a constructor which says only authorized user can access this. So that means we have to provide this middleware of auth. Now as we are logged in, if I go to chat, I can access this page, but let's open incognito window and copy this same URL, and obviously here I am not logged in, so I am redirecting back to the login page. Okay, so if you have learned something from Bitfumes and you want to support Bitfumes to enhance the quality content, you can become my patron and donate $1 or more. And you can definitely like Bitfumes on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe. We will meet in the next episode. Till then, goodbye.